Do you think these mobs are way too big? You see, Terraria is a game that showcases its visuals in a 2D view, zoomed out of your character, which makes things seem very small. However, there are certain things in Terraria that have their sizes based on real life, like the player. If that's the case, then what about other things in Terraria? Like the mobs. A lot of mobs are way larger than the player, an obvious observation, yet it isn't really emphasized in this view. But if we compare their sizes in 3D, what would they look like in real life? How large would they actually be? I am jpallgraphic, and this is Illustrating Terraria Mobs, Part 1. The mobs that will be scrutinized in today's video are Terraria's desert mobs, specifically the Antlion family. We will be measuring them, comparing them with real-life things, and illustrating them. Well then, how do we measure things in Terraria? Well, there's already a set measurement in the game. You just have to kill some bats, and more bats, and more bats, until we get a depth meter. Its display showcases units in feet, and when you go up or down one block, there's a 2 feet difference from one block to the next. Conclusion, one block is 2 feet. Furthermore, one block is made out of 8 pixels in width and height, so we divide 2 feet by 8. Conclusion, 1 pixel is 3 inches. Once we have those measurements given, I measured all of the pre-hard mode Terraria desert mobs. Let's not delve into the actual measurements because that's boring, and it's better to display their actual sizes in a comparative setting. So here I have all of the measurements of the Terraria pre-hard mode desert mobs. Now, I won't delve into all of the specific measurements here because that would be boring, and it's better to showcase their actual size through comparison with real-life things. Here I am at heightcomparison.com. As you can see, we have the Antlion family with their given sizes. And as you can also see, here's a 6-footer. The antlions are almost as tall as the 6-footer. That's just in terms of height. And remember, these are supposed to be insects. They're probably around like the size of a hippo, and that's because they actually are. If this is the size of a hippopotamus, imagine that, but an antlion charger. In fact, here's a picture of me surrounded by these antlions. I think you get it now. If we compare the antlions to a giraffe, the tallest land animal, you can see that even though they're not as large as a giraffe, the size is still quite impressive. And if we compare these mobs to cars like the Toyota Corolla or the Nissan Frontier, you can see that they're almost the same size. And I'm worried for the antlion chargers because these things are fast. Imagine an antlion charger the size of a car ramming its mandibles towards you. Yeah, I think you'd die. And speaking of the mandibles, it's this big. Yeah, and also even the antlion larva, it's larger than a German Shepherd. And I just added a basketball here because why not? In Terraria, this looks very small, but if we actually showcase their real size, you'd see that it's massive. Imagine a German Shepherd-sized larva crawling towards you. Yeah, I don't think you want to experience that. And on another note, the largest insect in history that has ever lived had a wingspan of up to 71 centimeters or 28 inches. Here I have a comparison of the largest known insect. Compare that to the giant antlion swarmer, or even the smaller antlion swarmer. It's probably like 4 or 5 times smaller. So that goes to show how massive Terraria's antlion mobs are. Now, we have an idea of their sizes and how big they really are compared to other real-life things. But for me, it's not enough, is it? Problem? They are 2D. Now, what would they look like in 3D? How big would they be in real life? All that and more on the next chapter. Let's make this concise. To start off, I sketched the bodies of the antlions: charger, swarmer, and larva. The charger and swarmers are their giant forms for maximum emphasis. And immediately, you could see that not only are they impressively tall, but impressively thick as well. As in like, they're wide. That's because I didn't just use Terraria's references, but ones from real life as well. That extra dimension adds an extra level of intimidation. It's like that hippopotamus in the size comparison chart. The size isn't really emphasized there, but when shown in a picture with a person to scale, it's really big. Okay, I think that's enough yapping. Then I added colors, refined the form, and added some lighting. I did the same thing to the other antlions. And you know me, when time comes for detail, I just gotta do it. I just gotta do the time lapse. Here's the final result. Now this showcases their true size. And as you can see, the human is quite small compared to these things. Again, I don't assert that this is their perfectly accurate size, or this is what they would look like in real life. This is just an artist's impression of their sizes. Let me give you 5 seconds to admire this. If you want to watch me measure the sizes of Terraria's bosses and illustrate them through art, click this playlist or this video over here.